He was the youngest man to serve in combat in the Navy during World War II.
His name was Dick Whittington, and he is tonight's hometown patriot.
One of the real blessings in my life is my ability to honor our World War II veterans, even those who have already passed on. Tonight we do that. An amazing man, one of Shreveport's finest. His name was Dick Whittington, and he joined that great war when he was literally just a kid.
Never had seen anything like that in my life. No, you don't forget it.
War is hell, we know that, especially when you're barely grown. Most of the boys fighting in World War II were just 18 or 19 years old. Then there was Dick Whittington.
Dick, you're too young to be going to the Navy. They won't take you.
Dick's mom was right. After all, he had just turned 13.
I said, oh, Mom, it's too late now. I said, I've already gone down there and enlisted.
Dick got an old drunk to notarize his birth certificate, and 6 months later, 13-year-old Dick Whittington is on a destroyer headed to the South Pacific.
And you're going to join up for war. Were you afraid at all? Were you nervous?
You know, I never was. I never was nervous. Got a little nervous when we got under attack, you know. So.
Dick's destroyer was attacked by kamikaze pilots. He remembers another time, a sister ship being hit and the horror picking up survivors.
Some of them were just burned, and it's one of the first bad sights I'd ever seen.
Then there was the one he could not save.
Just a voice hollering out to us, and it was fading, help, help.
Dick deserves a little credit for this. Douglas MacArthur's return to the Philippines. His destroyer cleared the mines for the general's return, but Dick remembers the faces of the Filipino people rowing out to his ship.
An amazing sight to see these people. And they were wanting you to give them something, you know, because they were probably half starved. But we were trying to give them food, cigarettes.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special news bulletin from CBS World News. President Roosevelt is dead.
Then, the day President Roosevelt died, Dick gets word that his older brother has been killed in combat. He wants out of this Navy.
Well, Miss Skinner, I'm only 15 years old.
The Navy lets him go home.
When I saw my mama the first time, I was, you know, I got to crying.
And the next fall, he enrolls as a freshman at Fair Park High School. Then, one morning, while studying Moby Dick, his English teacher asked a question.
Anybody in here ever seen a whale? He said, where did you ever see a whale? I said, one time we were down in the South Pacific, and we ran into one, rammed it. She said, get out of my class.
It's an amazing story. Dick entered Fair Park at 16 years old, having served 3 years in the U.S. Navy. He went on to a very successful life in oil and gas. He taught Sunday school at Willow Point Baptist, impacted a lot of lives there, and was on the board of an organization that he loved, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Truly a man who honored God and country with his life. Dick Whittington.
And if you'd like to nominate a hometown patriot, go to ktbs.com/hometownpatriot or send an email to hometownpatriot@ktbs.com.